Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ramani. Welcome back to this YouTube channel on narcissism and antagonism and all the rest of it. Again, talking more forgiveness. October 2022, that's the focus of our healing program. So again, if you're interested in doing that deeper dive on healing, hit the video notes. You'll find the link there. But that's the theme of this month. So if you're watching this video in October 22, that's why I'm talking so much about forgiveness, but you'll find these in your time too. So I read something the other day, and it said forgiveness benefits the forgiver. So this idea of forgiveness benefits the forgiver, I don't know. Maybe it is true in relationships that are not characterized by narcissism and antagonism. But I must say that in these relationships, narcissistic relationships, forgiveness does not benefit the forgiver. It absolutely does benefit the forgiven. The research on forgiveness consistently says that it's good for us, and it fosters relationships and community healing and lots of good stuff. And in my experience, if the person receiving the forgiveness receives it as the benediction that it is, and it changes their behavior and results in things like a genuine apology, and the people affected by all of this move forward with that recognition, I absolutely agree that forgiveness benefits the forgiver. The problem is that we view forgiveness as a one-size-fits-all. It's always good, right? And so as a result, we don't see how potentially harmful this can be for people in narcissistic relationships, where it doesn't go down the way, forgiveness doesn't go down the way it does in healthy relationships. In these cases, in the long term, the forgiveness not only does not benefit the forgiver, it can potentially harm them. Because to keep forgiving and then being betrayed despite forgiving can do some real harm to a person, and not only undercut the ability to trust, but also to heal, and can result in feelings like self-blame and shame. But the struggle is this: when all these feel-good platitudes like forgiveness benefits the forgiver that people may see in places of worship or on Instagram or at feel-good retreats, that forgiveness is good for you. And so it follows that if you do not forgive, then you're not doing something that's supposed to be good for you, right? And oh, that person who is forgiven, it's not about them. I've been saying this repeatedly this month, again, so I'm not going to belabor it here. But the entitlement of narcissistic personality styles is such that they feel entitled to forgiveness. They believe they deserve the forgiveness. They already feel entitled to their own behavior. And because this personality style is focused on what looks good to the world, if they can log that you forgave them, well then they can brag about that to the world. Look at us, aren't we great? They forgave me, we're so good. They sort of treat forgiveness as, again, the proverbial get-out-of-jail-free card. And that's not so good. And no, that entire dynamic does not benefit you. The challenge is that so much of the relationship advice out there, the communication advice, the self-help stuff, hell, even the mental health stuff, does not account for the impact of antagonistic, manipulative personality styles. So I don't disagree. Forgiveness in and of itself is not a bad thing. But if you are able to get comfortable with someone consistently betraying your trust, despite your apologizing to them, I can promise you that in the long run, that is not good for you. So yeah, maybe forgiveness is good for the forgiver in the case of non-narcissistic relationships. But for people in these relationships, the forgiveness can really, really take a toll. Thanks again.